opening the heart and opening the mind. State out loud, I am open to receive.
I am open to receive.
Great. Your father's very loud here. Is he in the non-physical world or the physical world?
Physical.
So he's here in the physical world. So what happens when someone's in the physical world and they come to me? I'm speaking to their higher self. So I typically don't know if they're in one direction or the other. That's why I have to ask. But I would say that he's a very loud figure in your life. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yes. And because of the way he's talking to me, talking at me, I would also say he might even be interested in this sort of thing. Would you agree with that? What we're doing here? Yes, no, or maybe?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. I feel like he's like jumping up and down and stating either I want to do this, I do this, meaning talking to me, but I'll go with he's got some sort of connection because he was the first thing to pop into my head. Does that make sense?
Yes.
His father would also have had some spiritual piece to him.
Yes.
Because he's behind him, and I would only assume he's in the non-physical world. That's
yes.
Correct?
Yes. Yes.
So he's behind him, and he's like is very big. So everything in my head means something. The size, how close they are, what they're wearing, what's surrounding them, the way they're looking at me. But he's right behind your dad, like it's a lineage sort of thing. So it's come from a lineage. And your dad's saying, did you take a while to accept your piece of this lineage? He's talking about you. Did you?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
You are the light of his world. And he keeps doing something like this, like a circle he's creating for me. That you've come full circle. Would that make sense?
Yes.
In your life?
Yes.
Would you say that he's the sort of person that really creates his own lifestyle, that walks his own walk, that
yes.
He's an independent individual.
Yes, yes.
Doesn't need anything.
No.
And is there a sister somewhere, either your sister or his sister?
Yes.
Which one?
Both.
Which one is in the non-physical world?
My sister, his daughter.
She's there with him, meaning he still has a good connection.
Yes.
He said it probably was the saddest point of his life.
Yes.
He's just so excited. There's so much he wants to do, but he feels like time just got the best of him.
Yes.
But I feel he's got that sense of him now. He thinks his time is coming.
Yes.
Do you think that?
No, he does. I don't.
He says he's been helping you dig through some shit. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
He says you think the shit is a lot deeper than he does.
Yes.
He says he wishes you would just let things go a little more. And I'm telling him, well, who do you think he learned it from?
Yes, exactly. Uh-huh.
Is he like a tinkerer? He likes to tinker, like, with the TV remote.
Yeah, he's a fiddler.
A fiddler, I'll go with that. I've got your master teacher here with me. Have you ever been told your spirit guides, any of your spirit guides, yes or no?
Yes.
Master teachers are about unconditional love. They are right behind you and above you. They will come through, with that neck shiver or the hair standing up on the back of your head, that sort of thing. He's already behind you. He's a very older, wise man. Typically, all inner band guides have had past lives with you. This one, I feel like he was a chief, and then his title was stripped from him. I've never felt this before. So he's telling me he was a chief for a long time. It was stripped because he got ill and a little in the head. Do you understand?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then nobody could trust what he said anymore. He was like, don't go near him. He doesn't know what he's talking about anymore. So they stripped him of his title. I'm like, that was mean. And he died that way. He died alone. This has never happened before. He's taking me right to that past life. And you were in that past life. Master teachers don't normally talk this much, but I got a feeling it's because of that. Something about you must resonate with this title being stripped. Do you understand?
Yes.
You were a son in this life to him. You were one of his sons that died very young, like they're doing this. So from 10 under.
Mm-hmm.
And you died not of illness. You fell into some sort of trap where your leg was caught. You know how they had just traps to catch animals, whatever. And you must have fallen. You got stuck. Nobody knew. They wondered where you were. They searched, and didn't find you until you had already gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with past lives. Does any of that sound familiar to this life? Like things like when you were under 10, did you fall a lot? Did you trip into a hole? Did anything catch you? Were you stripped of your title? When you grew up, did you feel like you didn't have a dad? Or did you feel your dad was so much beyond what you could ever think that you could never be close? Any of those sound familiar?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
This lifetime that I'm viewing wasn't that long ago. I want to say it was one or two of your most recent ones. Has this lifetime ever come through with any of your own work?
No.
But it's resonating, right? You're getting how it resonates with this life.
Right.
I don't feel there's any work you need to do around it, but I do feel that stripping of the title. So because it's so powerful for him, your master teacher, I would say let's do some work, not you and I, but another point, you do some work with your master teacher, honoring him for the dad that he was to you, honoring him for his life that he led. And then you get to the point where they stripped him of his titles and you just talk to him, you apologize, that wasn't right, I'm so sorry you had to go through that, so sorry you had to be alone, and be with him until he crosses.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel you'll get a better connection.
Okay.
So he's got to have that love for himself, because remember, master teacher is all about unconditional love. He's got to have that for himself. He's got to have that for the people that stripped his title, for him who was a father that couldn't find you. Do you remember? I'll tell you, master teacher has never come through this way for me before. Not in a past life like this. They've come through and said, here I am, here's what I'm doing, but that was it. Because they're so much more powerful than all the other teachers, I feel. They're quieter, right? They're just more about love. You need to do some work with him. So you had a combination of past life and spirit guide. That's pretty cool. Questions about that, or do you want to elaborate on anything about that past life?
And I must not understand, the master teacher means, so he's not a master, he's simply in my master teacher position.
That is correct. I feel that's very important. What do you feel? I want to hear that connection.
I think I was lost, literally lost, when I was like 3 and 4 years old. I literally wandered away to the mountains. At that time, we lived in Kentucky in a couple of places, and I literally wandered off into the mountains by myself and had to be found, and barely was, twice. Yeah.
Get out.
That always represented, I knew as a child that I wasn't supposed to be in that family, that I was looking for another family.
Well, now you know, goose pimples, now you know the family you were looking for.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Right.
So you kept wandering off, trying to find them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Trying to find my way back.
So that was you understand this, that was you in those early years. We remember our past life. Mm-hmm. You couldn't acknowledge that this was the life you were in now.
Right. And it must have been interesting because, as I said, we were literally in the mountains of Kentucky. So it probably wasn't that different from the life before in terms of the way it looked.
Yes. I'm glad you made it this time. I'm glad they found you this time.
Exactly.
That's a pretty darn good story, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a story I think about. But, again, it's so far in the past that how the past literally becomes a story. It's no longer you, it's someone else.
It's your soul. It's still your soul.
Right.
It's not your physical. I'm hearing it's an H word. Let me write it down. I'm better with this. I'm going to get his name for you. Better if I write it down because it's an H word. Wow, that's hard to pronounce. He spells it H-U-N-I-M-T. H-U-N-I-M-T. Unimt.
Good. I'll take that.
Unimt. Nothing's easily pronounceable back in those past lives. You can call him Hugh. He said you can call him Hugh.
Okay, good.
And again, I'll say, I don't feel there's a lot of healing, but I feel like you needed that confirmation, that healing is from your dad.
Excellent.
In that lifetime. How sad he was that he couldn't find you.
Mm-hmm. I can see
and
that.
And how happy you need to be that your father of this life did find you.
Yes.
Right. You got to make that break. Questions about that? That was pretty cool.
That was interesting. Yeah, because those are the bizarre experiences that are almost like mythology in my brain, even though I know they're true.